up, you visionary dreamers, artists, creatives, storytellers, leaders, thought leaders, content creators, and whoever else is watching. Welcome back to the channel. I'm super glad to have you here, and let's dive into today's topic, which is the power of radical honesty. So if you're new to my channel, on this channel, I raise topics that can help other creative visionaries like myself work through self-sabotage, work through their fear of failure, heal toxic shame and rejection wounds, so that we can be more visible, so that we can continue to show up for ourselves and for our communities. And something that I've been thinking about is how much and how important radical honesty is as a part of that process. So what I've been realizing is that oftentimes the things that we want are on the other side of the things we're avoiding, the things we're procrastinating against, the things that we're just kind of lying to ourselves about. So these are what are called our shadow. If you're familiar with the idea of shadow work, this is what it's all about. It's about becoming aware of the unaware, becoming aware of the things that you're keeping unconscious, that you're kind of repressing. And sometimes they're not even that unconscious. They're just like, I know I need to be doing this, but I'm just not going to do it because I can't look at it right now and I can't deal with it. Or I know I need to be getting back to the gym, but, et cetera, blah, blah, blah. And I've really been working in my life to clear out the things that I'm avoiding or procrastinating against, because I've noticed that they, one, take up so much like heavy energetic and mental space that once you start actually working towards them and getting them done, you start to just feel lighter and you're like, oh my God, I'm actually like on top of things, like things start kind of snowballing in a better direction. But two, these things are directly correlated to where you want to go, and they're exactly the things that are the biggest blocks between you and what you actually want. So radical honesty can be applied in a few different ways. Like I said, you can look at the things that you're like actively avoiding or that you really don't want to do and realize that those are things that you're repressing and ways that you're avoiding something that is probably actually beneficial for you and that you need to do. And if it's something that you're procrastinating on, that like the light has gone out on, that's also information. Like just because you sort of like know, like for me, editing is like such a backlog. Like I have all these projects that I haven't edited and that need to get edited, and that just like weighs on me at times. And I know like the editing is not for me. Like I need to outsource that shit as soon as I can, and it's just not, I don't enjoy it anymore. Even those types of things are information about where you could maybe up level, like I said, like outsourcing, or again, like there doesn't have to be this massive like story around, like it doesn't have to mean anything that you procrastinate on this thing. Like I procrastinate on editing because I don't like it. So really what it should mean is that I should not take on anything that it requires more editing because I don't enjoy it unless there's a budget for outsourcing it. So that's information, right, that I can use to align my life in the right direction, start tweaking things in the right direction. Like I'm saying no to things that I'm editing for free, which sometimes is like me recording interviews with my grandparents for posterity, or sometimes is like I traded services with someone so that I could go have an experience and record video for them. Using these things that we're avoiding and procrastinating on as information. The other way that our shadow can show up and that we can use radical honesty is our triggers. So maybe you see something online and you get jealous, or something really great happens to a friend and you like want to be happy for them, but you can't because you're so annoyed that you're not there yet or that you don't have that thing yet. These are ways, also areas where you can be like, how can I be radically honest with myself in this moment? Like, what is this really about for me? And what does this say about what I want in my life and that I don't have? And are there little micro action steps that I know I should be doing that I'm not doing that would lead me to the outcome that I actually want? Another great journaling prompt for radical honesty is just like, what are my secrets? What am I hiding from myself and others? What do I push to the back of my mind? What do I not want to deal with? And just like write down, like, I'm going to make sure no one sees this. This is just for me. Where am I hiding? And that can be a really helpful way to uncover some of these as well. I do want to say too that on the other side, it really does get better. Like it's hard at first to be radically honest and start taking responsibility for all these things that you really want to just run the fuck away from. But personal responsibility is like, it's the only thing we have. Like, we don't have any other way to make our lives better until you take responsibility for it. Like, it's not your fault, but it is your responsibility. And that's like the best lesson that I've ever learned, is just like, if you don't like something, unfortunately, the only person that can change it is you. And you can hire help to help you change it, like a therapist or a coach or something like that. But it's up to you at the end of the day, and no coach or therapist is going to save you. But on the other side of that is this really beautiful experience where you start to feel like your life is more aligned, things make more sense, you're going in the direction you want to go, you're making progress. Like, the good shit starts to happen when you clean up. Like, I also refer to this as like cleaning up your side of the street. It's a way to, one aspect of doing that is getting real, getting honest, even the little things where you accidentally say something and then you're like, that wasn't true, I don't know why I said that. Like, I love clearing those little things up, because the less that you have hiding in your shadow, the lighter you're going to feel, and the more aligned and purposeful your life is going to look and feel for you. So I hope this was helpful or insightful in some way. If you enjoyed today's episode, podcast, vlog, whatever the fuck this is, I would love to have you back on the channel. Come hang out here, where I talk about topics that help creatives and visionaries like you and me recover from self-sabotage and fear of failure, and handle our big feelings of shame and rejection. I do have a coaching program as well. It's a 3-month container, one-on-one, you and me, to really break down these stories from the past, get to the root of your shame story, and use that to, again, heal from these triggers, start to pay attention to these triggers, learn from them, and really integrate those into a path that you can follow and take steady, committed action towards. So if that's something you're interested in, find more information in the description below. I'll put a way to reach out to me, probably my Instagram. Find me on Instagram and DM me, I guess. Still working on my funnel workflow thing to get people to my program. But thank you so much for visiting my channel, watching this video, and I hope to see you around next week.